We looking straight. We looking straight. Alright, we back at it, man. I gotta restart that. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, what it do? It's your boy Key, and I got that reaction to do. I'ma do it. Before we get anything started, definitely salute to the global citizen that actually put me on to this reaction. This is another reaction that we all believe that's in London. You know what I'm saying? Learned that y'all have boroughs, which is something similar to New York. So I kind of understand a little bit now. You know what I mean? That is like boroughs is something similar to like what a city would kind of be. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to one of the homies. You know what I mean? And he was like something like New York and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, New York City is it's a city, but then they got boroughs in it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, though, man, not trying to keep your head for that. Uh, did a lot of editing for a second. A lot of stuff just had to happen. You know what I'm saying? And all I really had to do was just upload this. Um, Upload or download? Upload. I believe it's upload. Download. Upload it. Update. Yeah, update. Um, but anyway though, man, this is my Who Put You On channel. Know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't aware, I do have another channel where I do reactions to music, overseas music, American music, all kinds of music and stuff like that. Just my culture and stuff like that. Um, Starting, I guess, like this weekend, next weekend, going forward until like we get stuff stable. You see Shorty in the background. Know what I'm saying? Just let her chill. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Just let her chill right now. You know what I mean? But anyway, though, man. I was. Oh yeah. So started this week and last week. Know what I'm saying? But it's going on Who Put You On channel. I am live on Twitch Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to like around, let's say like 12 or 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, and then I get back on live probably around 8 to 11. If I'm late, like now, I try to always like kind of like make up time and stuff like that. I will be going live on Sunday on YouTube on my regular channel. Well, like people, y'all could just probably like call in or something like that. I probably actually just go live on a Who Put You On channel and have people like call in or something like that and have like a talent show or something like that. Um, Tell me about like the culture or something, because that's kind of like what this is, like the food culture, probably something like that. Because I also said that I do want to get the get this food channel going. Hold on. I'm trying to look for my. I don't know, but I got an Earth ball. Okay, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it later. Okay, give me 1 second, homies. All right, know what I'm saying, daddy duties. That's kind of why I wasn't going live before. Um, a lot, bro. Being a father. First time being a father. I also homeschool, so try to teach her things. Know what I'm saying, try to be with her as much as possible. Um, Having the beaties definitely taught me like, yo, time is valuable. I'm still trying to look for my ball map. But anyway, man, the offload it told me like time is valuable. Spend as much time, know what I'm saying, with your loved ones. Call them, know what I mean? Because you could be gone. You know what I mean? But anyway, though, man, what I was saying, going live on YouTube, yeah, that's like the next move and stuff like that. Um, Definitely gotta make this channel so full time channel, not a part time channel. If you want to catch me live, just catch me live. But anyway, though, man, ooh, excuse me. Oh yeah, and I will be doing notifications and stuff like that. Probably like taking like a 30-second like live thing and just to be like, yeah, I'm going live on YouTube. I mean on Twitch. Catch me, my guys. But I think enough of me yapping, yo. Let's get to this trapping. Before this
Two men have been stabbed to death in two separate attacks in Kentish Town in North London last night. The body of the first victim, believed to be in his late teens, was found a couple of hours before police discovered the second victim, who's thought to be in his 20s.
Camden, the heart of fashion and culture in London, with some of the most expensive house prices and biggest tourist attractions in England. And from the outside in, looks like the perfect place to live. But that's what the government want to show you. Once we go deeper into the lower income estates of the borough, we start to see a different story. A story of the country.
You see what I'm saying? Of the borough. I mean, I told you I know my things a little bit, man. Stop playing with me, you feel me?
Looks like the perfect place to live. But that's what the government want to show you. Once we go deeper into the lower income estates of the borough, we start to see a different story. A story of the country's most deprived estates in London being separated from roads of millionaires literally by one street, and how these estates have created a deadly gang war which has taken over the borough in recent years. But before I get into the video, be sure to like and subscribe.
That's the only thing that's over here. Like, we got cities that would separate that. Like, it's like I said before, it's like something like boroughs or something like that. But like, we have cities that would separate the wealthy from the go-getties. You dig what I'm saying? Well, even though everybody the go-getties, but you know what I mean. It's my guy.
And turn on post notifications. Let's get into the video.
Definitely, let's get into the video. Hang on. This sometimes be fire, man. When they be taking a minute, now I'm saying they get into the intro. What was it, 49 seconds or something like that? Like, I understand, like, it is kind of cool, the algorithm or something like that tells you to actually like get the video started. But I think it's cool to have a snippet, but also have a moment where it's like, yo, bro, like, I'm trying to build a community. I'm not trying to, like, I understand, like, I believe people on YouTube would, anyway, man. Anyway, let's get it.
So Camden is a borough in northwest London and is very, very close to the centre of London. But despite the area being so close to the rich centre of the capital, in the last few years the war in the area has been going brazy. So historically, unlike neighbouring areas like Islington and Brent, Camden's beef situation hasn't been as active as others. But this all changed around 2016 when a man from Camden called Merce had his watch stolen from another man from another area in Camden. After this, there was some back and forth which resulted in a big rivalry in the borough, literally between groups of kids that grew up together.
In the borough. Yeah, he broke it down to me, yo. My homie, he was like, nah, bro, not everybody speak like this or something like that.
From another man from another area in Camden. After this, there was some back and forth, which resulted in
Okay.
A big rivalry in the borough, literally between groups of kids that grew up together. One side being gangs built up from a few estates in Camden, which were the Peckwater gang from the Peckwater estate, the QC gang, which were from a road in Camden called Queen's Crescent, and Cumber, which is a gang made up from an estate called Regent's Park in Cumberland Market. They linked up together and called themselves 51st, due to their postcodes being in NW1 and NW5, which is where the
that's like zip codes over here, you know what I'm saying? If you're American, you watch me, you dig? That's like they zip codes, you dig?
5 and the 1 come from. And from the other side of the feud, we have a gang called Active Gang, where some people may know from their songs, and they're from the Agar Grove estate in Camden. And
that's
Active Gang are affiliated with another gang called CT1 and NRB, which they all linked up and called themselves 71st. And just like that, the war was now on between 51st and 71st over this watch being stolen. So Camden is actually home to a big Somalian community, with a big portion of them residing in Agar Grove, which is the territory of the 71st gang. Such a big community that the...
Who's that? The Flags? Like country song? Alright.
First and 71st over this watch being stolen. So Camden is actually home to a big Somalian community, with a big portion of them residing in Agar Grove, which is the territory of the 71st gang. Such a big community that the majority of 71st members...
You know what I'm saying? Somalis and them 71st.
They're actually Somalian. And if you watch one of my previous videos on Mali Strip, Somalian people are people you don't want to be messing with. Because you will understand more in this video.
I want them to do that. Let me know that down in the comments, yo. Wait, hold up. Is he Somalian on the I'm looking at it on my left. but he would be on my Somali. You know what I'm saying? Is he Somali? London's most dangerous gang. I don't know. Come on.
And this beef was on go from early. In 2017, 2 members of the AG gang, which represents 71st, executed a triple shooting on 3 51st members. 2 of the members ran to a nearby hospital, but while hospital staff was treating the 2 members, they also called police to the hospital to investigate the situation. Once the 2 realized the police was called, they didn't even care about their treatment anymore, and attempted to run out of the hospital while still having bullet wounds lodged in them. But the police ended up detaining them and arresting them after a struggle between the both. The reason they wanted to run was because all 3 members are actually wanted for suspicion of grievous bodily harm, which all 3 were eventually arrested for. Now of course 51st weren't happy about this triple shooting, and they were trying to get it back in blood, so they went lurking on the Aga Grove estate and shot a rival in the face with a shotgun. The rival actually managed to survive and make his own way back to hospital, but this beef really kicked off in a situation that wasn't even linked to both of the.
This is getting out of hand.
Just 36 weeks, Universal Technical Institute can train
Jesus Christ.
you for a career in welding. If you like the idea of having a flexible career working with your hands, this is the industry for you.
I see something where it was like, hey, yo, in London and getting shot by a musket is crazy. Anyway.
To both of the gangs. So on February 2017, a 16-year-old girl had an Airbnb party in Kensington, West London. You know those type of parties where a girl invites 7 different types of gangs and asks people to leave their beef at home? Yeah, one of those. So at this party, there were people from all over London there, but a few uninvited guests tried to pull up to the party. One of these people being a boy from 51st called Dotty and his friend, who pulled up to the party with a gun and knife looking for trouble. But the night turned left for Dotty and his friend, and ended up with Dotty being chased down by 20 young boys. And when the boys caught up to him, they stabbed him 13 times altogether, which actually resulted in Dotty dying, which 4 16-year-old boys from Hackney and Tottenham were sentenced and convicted for. So 51st were mad about the situation, obviously, that their member Dotty was just stabbed to death. So they were out
mad at that one? That's the one that got you even more mad. Yo, bro, this is ridiculous. These guys is young and they all started from a watch. Not even a chick, a watch. Even though you shouldn't rhyme me. You know what I'm saying?
And they get revenge. So they went out for revenge in a stolen BMW and travelled all the way from Camden in northwest London to Hackney in East London and then to Tottenham in North London. Because
yeah, you should have told me how far is that. How far would that be? Y'all let me know that down in the comments. Right, and which store are they in front of? Mini Market. Phone card.
That's where the people who killed Dotty were from, but they ended up finding no one from both areas, but they weren't trying to go home without spilling some blood first. So 51st went all the way back to Camden to look for 71st members, and found an affiliate member of 71st called AK, and killed him. But they weren't done there. They were riding for a whole another 2 hours looking for more 71st members, and found a 71st member called Mitch's little brother. Mitch's little brother attempted to run into a cab and begged the driver to drive him to safety, but the driver refused to move, and he was dragged out of the cab and stabbed to death by 51st members. All within 2 hours of their first murder they committed that night. And
bro, why the cab driving take off, my guy? What happened? What happened, cab driver? Did the cab driver? Yeah, I feel like, yo, bro, you know what I mean?
Members were sentenced to life for these murders. Then on September 4th, 2017, a member from 51st called Flips and the older brother of the second boy who died that night called Mitch bumped into each other on Hampstead Road in Camden and started getting into a little altercation, which ended with Flips stabbing Mitch in his arm, neck and back, leaving the knife lodged into Mitch's bones and murdering him. An undercover policeman just happened to witness this whole situation and ran down Flips and arrested him, and now Flips is serving 17 years to life for this murder. After this, the beef in Camden went
so y'all got life. 17 years to life is one of those, like, nigga, you gonna do 17, you gonna do life, I believe how they go. So I thought it was like 17, I would have been like. But anyway.
Some serious investigation by police, and members from all sides started to get taken down for conspiracies, firearms and drug charges, and the beef started to die down a bit. But then 2019 hit, and quite a lot of the members that were locked up started to come out, and taking in consideration that 51st members, just before everyone started going to prison, and killed 3 71st members. 71st members started coming out of prison on some demon time, and were most definitely looking for revenge with no warnings. The first signs that 71st was really back was on a cold Tuesday in February. 1 AM in the morning, a 51st member called G Squeeze was walking past the Sainsbury's in Camden when a 4x4 crashed into him and several 71st members jumped out on him like a pack of wolves, stabbing him repeatedly in his head and body, leaving him literally paralysed and not being able to walk. But that wasn't enough for 71st members. They wanted someone dead for their friends. So on April 1st,
are they older? Like, which one is the older crew? Or are they really the same age? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know that down in the comments.
2019, a suspected member of 51st called C Miz and his cousin were walking down Grafton Road in Gospel Oak, Camden, when 4 71st members jumped out a stolen black car and started chasing them. C Miz and his cousin split up, but unfortunately the men who jumped out the car locked onto C Miz, and C Miz ended up dropping to the ground when the 71st members started to stab him repeatedly with machetes and then run from the scene. After this murder, 71st members made a song called Congo, and the reason why they called it Congo is because C Miz was actually a refugee from Congo after him and his family fled the war from over there. And members repeatedly in their songs say that they get their weed from Congo, not Cali, pretty much just trying to say that they're smoking on C Miz. And as I said before, the majority of these 71st members are Somalian. So after all this, there was news going about in Camden that 51st members were out on the lurk, and any Somalian they see they're killing.
Heard some really strong intelligence that there is going to be revenge for Calvin's killing, and his friends have literally said they are going to go out and kill any.
Literally said, I ain't gonna start. Some of you, I'm saying, UK females accent. Nah, man.
Majority of these 71st members are Somalian. So after all this, there was news going about in Camden that 51st members were out on the lurk, and any Somalian they see they're killing.
Heard some really strong intelligence that there is going to be revenge for Calvin's killing, and his friends have literally said they are going to go out and kill any Somali in retaliation. So I just want to make that really clear. This is from a young Somali woman in Camden who's 24 years old, and we strongly suspect they're going to go out tonight and kill a Somali.
Which is probably a bit of a stretch. But on the other hand, 71st members kept saying that they're warring with Jalirs, which is basically the Somalian word for West African people. Because you have to remember, despite Somalians being dark-skinned and African, a lot of Somalians don't really see themselves the same as other black people. So this was kind of turning into a race war between Somalia.
But I feel like that's everywhere. That's hey, sometimes that could hurt a culture or something like that. Especially in America, that is big. I know, like, I felt like that, like, looking at some of the things, because, like, some of the gangs that I got over there, I was like, oh, I thought, like, Jamaicans and Africans would be cool, and I'm saying stuff like that, and, like, you saying Somalians and all that. Now, I understand, like, it's one of those, like, like, depending on what your culture is, like, family-wise, that's who you really gonna roll with, like, in, like, European. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it so far.
And black people in Camden, which is just all wrong for so many reasons. But 71st weren't happy enough with the killing of C Miz. They wanted to spill more blood. So August 12, 2019, 6 members started circling the states of 50.
Even like that over there, you're gonna live where, like, so you're gonna live 9 times out of 10, like, where your culture is at. I believe I can say that. You know what I'm saying? I want to know, like, how y'all restaurants would be in that area. So would it be like a lot of Somalian restaurants? Something like that? Like, where's the French area? Like, is it a French area? You know what I mean? Since y'all so close to them? Is it a Greece area or something like that? Y'all let me know that down in the comments a little bit, man.
51st members in a stolen Ford Fiesta and a stolen Seat when they spotted 16-year-old culprit and other members coming out of a restaurant around 10:30 p.m. Culprit and other members ran to a nearby set of blocks near Euston Road, but 71st members found them later on that night, and 3 members jumped out and chased them down, catching up to the 16-year-old 51st member called Culprit. Culprit was running for his life and literally screaming for help, banging on neighbors' doors to let him in so he could escape his attackers. But when the 71st members caught up to him, 2 71st members held him, while a 3rd member repeatedly pushed a 1-foot-long zombie killing knife through his chest.
God damn. Jack Sparrow, Bro, what? How can you even bend with that, Jack, if you drop something? You gonna have to lay down or something like that. Jesus Christ. Nah, boy. Nah, but I'm trying to get my UK accent. I'm trying to get it. Hold up. Wamba. No, wait. Hold. Would y'all say Wamba? Now that's like a Jamaican type. Nah, Wamba. You know what I mean? Yachty, boy. Nah. I would have been believing the thing. I would have seen that. I was like, nah. And that should look like something like Come Here or something like that. That is crazy. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what you'll use this for. Like, anyway, man.
While it was coming out of his back. And when the 71st members were done, the killers were said to be running away after, laughing hysterically, which is what bystanders said. And culprit, he was just any normal kid from London. He was talented at
crazy what bystanders said. Oh, we could have let him in easy, but nah. But he was yelling though. He was crazy. Yo, that's ridiculous sometimes. Yeah. Some people just know the help, man, when people ask for it. But anyway.
Football, and even had trials for Southampton Football Club, but started getting involved in a local gang and brushed aside his football, and unfortunately became a victim of the streets. Now, as these back and forths normally go, 51st were now looking for revenge on their recent L's, and there were many stabbings across the month. And early on in September, there was a case of 3 killings in 5 days in Camden. One of these being a man from a completely different area all the way in East London, but unfortunately he was walking at the wrong place at the wrong time. So he was actually walking on Queen's Crescent Estate, which is a hotspot for 51st members, and was shot and killed.
So, is this an area? Like, and what I mean by area is like it looked like it's like a U or something like that. Like it looked like the entrance, like it's like some one way in, one way out. Or is this a street that's connected to another street? What I mean by that, see how it's turning, you going away from the building. You know what I'm saying? As far as in like where the kid toys at the bottom, I believe. My head blocking it. Yeah, my head blocking it. So where my head is at, I'm walking that way. So say the same way I'm looking, I'm walking this way. Am I looking at another street, or is this like a one way in, one way out? Because what I'm asking about that is like, how many of these places y'all got that's like this? Majority of a lot of movies that I actually do see, it's always like an area that's like this. You know what I mean? Like it's always just like this, like Top Boy. So what's another movie, bro? Show. Even movies. There was some movie I was watching like with some chick or something like that. But like yeah, I want to know like is it like that? Because is this like the project or something? Know what I'm saying? That look crazy. Like, why would they build it like that? Should look like a castle though, right? Or like goddamn castle. Anyway.
In a drive-by, being mistaken for a 51st member. Just an hour before, another woman was stabbed to death just a few hundred yards from the situation. And 4 days later, a 71st member called Nuts was stabbed to death by a gang of 51st members with machetes outside one of the busiest areas in London, Camden Tube Station. And for the longest, a lot of people didn't even know all this stuff was going on, until a 71st member called Suspect started jumping on the drill scene, calling himself the Camden Grim Reaper, and releasing some of the most disrespectful tunes towards his ops. So much that police take down pretty much any song
I did this reaction. Okay.
The gang uploads, which really started to bring some attention to what's happening down there, and definitely got the attention of me, especially a song from Suspect called Dugout, which is probably one of the most disrespectful songs I've ever heard, and really makes you deep how tapped this whole beef is. In one of his lines he says,
same place we used to play runouts is the same place his chest got dug out. Same place I was telling you play out is the same place I'm telling you come out.
Which really makes you think, damn, these guys were close friends at one time, and now they're trying to kill each other. All stemming from a little small altercation that happened a couple years back. But anyway guys, that's it for today's video, and peace out.
Alright my guys, about to get off. Definitely will be on tomorrow around 10 o'clock. This is for my live. But if you are watching this on YouTube, definitely salute to the global citizen that actually told me to do this reaction. My guy. The lesson to be learned. I could be doing my lesson things, but then it's like, I look at it as like, yo, a lot of people don't understand like when you get sucked into the streets and stuff like that, yo, like a lot of people ain't trying to hear what you saying. If you ain't talking about like what you supposed to really kind of be talking about to them, you know what I'm saying? Some people is the low scores and all this other stuff, man. I'm saying, and do I say some of my words may help somebody get out the street and all that? Maybe get out the street, bro. People gonna do whatever they want to do, my boy. That's the crazy part of what it is. Like these young kids, they doing whatever they want, bro. A lot of them, they don't got their parents home. You know what I'm saying? Parents gotta work. They gotta pay bills and all this other stuff. So, kids will run rampant. I was a product of that. You know what I mean? Trying to change. You know what I mean? Like I said before, I try not to talk street a lot. And I try not to give that aura out as well, because I'm not trying to bring that kind of company in. You know what I mean? Like that don't pay bills. That just bring problems. And I get tired of those, especially when it comes from people like that look like me. But yeah, I'm not trying to get too winded with that. But what I would say is be safe out there. Buckle up. It's a cold world. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta stay with your jacket. You dig? You know what I mean? That's for the ones that know what I mean. You know what I mean? 'Cause I understand how hard it is. But to the ones that really ain't out there, man, stay out the street. You don't gotta be in that shit, bro. I understand your friends and all this other stuff, man, but this what makes you a man, even at a young age in my eyes, bro. Is like you need to understand, like if you don't want to go that road or anything like that, but you still got kind of friends and all that other stuff, you need to stop making them chill with you, so they understand, like, nah, my boy, like I'm not on that type of time. You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes you running with certain people a certain way, by the time you get older, mess up your money and all that other stuff, man. Then you got to do all that other stuff, man. It's just too much, bro. It's too much to deal with, especially you being 20 years old, bro. Being in your 20s and still trying to go through life and all that other stuff. People passing. Man, listen. Listen, man. It's hard out here. It's hard out here for a pimp. You know what I mean? Like I said before, it's not really a learning lesson. It's more of a RIP to the kids out there. To the other ones, they gonna do what they gonna do because loved ones done passed away. You know what I'm saying? Like all they see is a certain color. You feel me? But anyway, y'all ever want me to do something like that again? Just let me know that. So I got one more, but getting off. Gotta spend time with the wife. It's like 12 o'clock, my guy. And I'll be back on tomorrow. Hopefully 10 o'clock. If not, around that time, and be getting off around like 1 o'clock, my guys. So I holla.